Well, welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we finally started putting the 83 back together. If you're new to the channel, I basically traded this. I traded my old 42 for this truck, and it basically came in pieces. It's just sitting on the frame right now. It's not attached or nothing. Today we start putting it back together so I can actually drive this beast. It did come with an assortment of body mounts that really didn't make a whole lot of sense at the time. These must be old ones, but these aren't original either. So when they mounted that truck to the four-wheel drive chassis, they must have swapped body mounts at that time. But as you can see, I only have only about 90% of everything I should have for that truck. And even originally I thought the same thing of the new ones. I only have like 90% or 80%. Where's the other parts to those guys? Well, I found those. Those are actually already stuck between the frame mounts and the cab. But nevertheless, I didn't have all the hardware either. This is kind of just a small smattering of what actually came with it. So I went out and I went to my local mom and pop auto parts store, and they got me this Energy Suspension. I know nothing about this company, but it almost kind of seems like this new set that I got from Energy is also the same set the owner who bought that set used. I also went to the hardware store, got me some new bolts, because the bolts they had are about 3 inches too long. Well, not 3 inches, but way too long. So, in the instructions for this new mounts that I got, it said to reuse the sleeves from the original mounts. So I kind of huffed. I do not have the original sleeves to the original mounts. What I did have is I had a Ram Charger and that 86 that I parted out. I am in Wisconsin, so I'm in Wisconsin here, and this is kind of like the box of crap that I threw all the original mounts in from those two trucks. And out of those two trucks, I got these two sleeves. And they're different sizes, so I'm hoping they're the right size. And they're proportional to the difference of each other. So we have two different sizes going on the truck. The difference in size from this to that group to this group is good. So I'm pretty sure I have the right two sizes. So, and of course, this is a weird size. I just couldn't go anywhere and buy anything. So I went on Amazon and I found 11/16 stainless steel pipe that I could get. The only, I say, downside of this is it's a lot thinner wall than what the original is. But for what I think they're using this for, it's more of just an alignment tool to kind of keep everything in line. So I'm hoping that it doesn't really make a difference. And I think the length of it prevents you from over torquing it. And I think that's really the only thing this plays into account. So I made my own two bushing or sleeves to make up the difference out of this pipe. And I think what I'm going to do, just in case it does provide some sort of maybe like lateral support on it moving or like the cab moving on the chassis or something. What I'll do is I'll put one of these. I can put this one on the driver's side, this one on the passenger side. Then on the back one here, I'll put this one on the passenger side and this on the, and hopefully it kind of will work out. It just kind of blows my mind. They give you like all the pieces for, like, they give you two different sizes for like the radiator support, but why don't they give you the ones for the bag? And I got thinking, well, is this a California company? So they don't understand what rust is out there. And sure enough, I'm looking at this thing. San Clemente, California. So those goddamn California screwed us again. As you can see, the only reason why I was able to dig two out of here, like, this is the kind of shit you normally get from taking apart a Wisconsin truck. Usually you end up having to cut the stuff out. It's all rusted together. Like, here's another good example. That bolt is basically rusted tight in there. You'll never get that out again. Yeah. So so that is the solution I've come up with to fix that problem. And then for the bed, on that 86 I took apart, that was a long bed. So I kept I was able to get all the bolts out except for two. So that gives me 6 bolts to use for this. I'm hoping, being that this is a short bed, it doesn't need that last 2 set of bolts that I wrecked getting out of there. I did send these through my Sonic cleaner. Now I just gotta kind of go through and clean up these threads before I use them. Well, I'm just looking at this now. This bolt isn't the greatest condition. It has an hourglass shape to it. If you're feeling it, I don't know if it kind of shows up on camera or not there. Hopefully that's just crud on there. Otherwise I might have to go buy some new bolts for that. Whatever. So that is my goal to get done today. Get both this cab and the bed mounted back on this machine. And then we can go from there.